Welcome to a new video in my home automation series, and today I want to talk about this Xsense home security kit. And you probably remember, like about a month ago, I reviewed this Xsense Tuya compatible Wi-Fi smoke sensor. And then once I finished the video, they asked me if I would be interested in, looking at something like this. And this is a new product as in, well, definitely a new product for me, but it's also a new product in Xsense because up until now, as you can see, they are in the home safety market. So they have a lot of fire sensors, smoke detectors, CO2 detectors, and home security is something new to them. And what you see is actually a brand new product, as I mentioned, and what you get with this home security kit is pretty much what you can see on the screen now. So it comes with a base station, which is the main hub, and that talks to the various sensors over wireless link, and that also talks to your home Wi-Fi, and that's how it connects to your mobile app, where you can administer everything. As you can see, this is basically just a box. It doesn't really do anything. Of course, it has the speaker inside. And also, because this is a brand new product range, there is nothing else available for this kit as of today. I mean, obviously you can buy additional sensors, you can buy additional motion or door sensor, but there is nothing else available for this kit. Xsense is definitely planning to add more devices to this ecosystem, so later on there will be some keypads and probably some other sensors, but this is what you get at the moment. And also I said that it has a mobile app where you can do all the maintenance, and that's where you're going to get the notification. And this is a custom mobile app built for this Xsense security solution. So it doesn't use this Tuya or some of the other ecosystems, which I think it has pros and cons. Definitely the pro is that it's more geared for this. So the user interface is, I think it's more designed for this type of application. It's very easy to follow. There are some very nice screens on setting up and pairing devices. But then the cons is probably that you have another app and another ecosystem for your security solution. So it won't be able to integrate with, I don't know, some other devices like if you would be using Tuya. So a couple of months ago, I reviewed a security solution from Ritzwolf, which uses Tuya. So at least there you can do some automations, like if I receive an alarm, maybe I can turn the lights on. With this, you can't do that. Well, at least you can't do it right now because, as I said, it's a standalone program with no integration just yet. Maybe that's also coming in the future. Let me do the unboxing first so I can get this box out of the way and then probably talk about the various components. So everything comes in this big box, and I've already, removed everything from the box. There's not much to read here. And you are getting the base station that you can see here. You are getting one motion sensor, one door sensor, and the power supply. The power supply is just a 5 volt 2 amp power supply, which has a USB-C plug. I think this is the first sort of like smart home product that uses USB-C instead of micro USB. And you are also getting a few double-sided sticky tape like these, so you can mount the motion sensor and the door sensor. And also there is a small user manual. Let me show you this one. It's in single language, and I think this is probably some sort of pre-production. Probably, later on there's going to be like a thicker leaflet with a couple of languages. But you can see what's included in the kit. Well, there are some mounting screws as well, and then it talks you how you mount the various sensors and how you install the app and how you link the devices together, and a couple of words about the the various modes and everything. So it's not an extensive user manual, but it has the most essential things that you would need. The base station, well, as the name suggests, it's a base station, so that's going to communicate with these devices. It uses 2.4 gigahertz to talk to these devices, so I would assume that the range for these sensors with the base station would be probably something similar to your Wi-Fi signal strength and Wi-Fi propagation. Like they can talk to each other up to 1 kilometer if it's like an open air connection, but I don't think that's, you know, really a relevant measure, because in the house it's going to be different, you know, and then also it's going to be influenced if you have, you know, brick walls or you know, stud walls or something else. Both of these sensors use a CR123A lithium battery. Those are the larger batteries I'm going to show you once I open them. So I was told that these batteries would last for 7 years on these sensors, but I don't know whether 7 years is true, but I mean, I have some Zigbee sensors that run on coin cell batteries, and these batteries are much bigger, so I would assume that they have, you know, a lot more charge, so they are definitely going to last for years. And the central unit also has a battery inside. You can hear some sounds as well, and you can see this blue LED here. So it has a battery which would run this unit for about 12 hours. So if you have a power outage, your security system is still going to work. Also keep in mind that if you have a power outage, most probably your internet is going to go away because your router is not going to get power. So unless you have a backup power solution for your router, you won't be able to receive, you know, alarms on your phone when the power is cut in your house. So that's something to keep in mind. I think that would be enough for the general demonstration and the unpacking. So let's look at the app. And before I open the app, I just wanted to show that this Xsense Home Security is the application that is designed for this product. And well, of course, you have to create an account, you know, user ID and then password, the usual things. But once you have this set up, then you will be greeted with such a screen. The whole app can handle multiple homes. So I just created one home. So if you have, you know, multiple premises and you want to install, you know, buy several of these products, obviously you would be able to manage them from a single application. And this is the main screen that you get when you open the application. As you can see, everything is here. You see the 3 main modes. So whether it's disarmed or home or away mode, you can look at your devices, or you can look at the devices by room. So you can just put them in separate rooms. Since I only have 3, I just put them into the same room. And you have a couple of things on the bottom, so you can see, you know, your house view, which is this view. You can also see the history, which is going to show you all the different alarms that happened, and you can go back a specific day, and then you can see, you know, what was the alarm when something got armed or disarmed, or whether there was motion detected. You can also filter on, like, you want to see only the base station messages or motion sensor messages. And in the settings, you can create some, you know, personal settings, you know, your account settings. When you set up the application for the first time, obviously you are not going to have any devices, so you just have to click on plus, and then you can add one of these devices. So if you want to add a base station, you can give it a name, you can specify which house and room the base station is in, and then you follow the on-screen instructions, and you can see that the button here on the front of the base station that is used to get this unit into pairing mode. So the setup is really easy. You just follow the, you know, the on-screen instructions, and that's going to guide you through the rest of the process. And once you have added the base station, you can add sensor to it, and that's pretty much the same process. You select what type of sensor you need, you specify the sensor name, the location, like which home, which base station it should be connected to, and in which room. And then for both, you are also getting some voice prompts. And for each of the devices or the device types, it actually shows you like a small icon, like what you need to do. So on the sensor, on the door sensor, there is a small button here that you need to press. And on the motion sensor, there you can actually remove this cover, and that's where you have the test button, and that's how you pair the unit. And by the way, so this removable cover, you can mount it on the wall, and then you just slide the sensor on. And for this one, well, you have mounting holes as well, but you can just use the double-sided tape. And here you can see the battery, which is used for this device. So this is the CR123A battery, so which, I don't know, if it really lasts for 7 years, maybe you don't even replace that at all. So this is how you add the different sensors. And once you create the sensors, you can see them.
Please try it again.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So you can see the state of the various sensors, you can see the battery status, the wireless status, so you know how strong the connection is to the base station. And for each of them you have some settings. And then let's go into the settings, because this is how you would understand how you can use this device. So first of all, let's go to the settings of the base station. First, let's go into the audio settings, and here you can configure the sound that are, or the voices that are emitted by this unit. So you have voice volume, so these are the voice prompts, and also there are voices that are activated by the various sensors. So this is why you could hear these chimes from time to time in the video. Well, hopefully you could hear that. I don't know if it comes through my mic or not. And the next one is you can also set the volume of the actual alarm. So that was a demo of how loud the alarm is going to be. Let me put it to 50%. I wouldn't say it's, you know, very, very loud. And also keep in mind that this is an indoor unit, so that's not the type of, you know, siren that you would put outside. But it can be certainly loud, but you can also tune it down. The next one is the LED settings. You can dim the status LED, and by the way, this is blue when everything is fine, it's green when it's you know, needs to be paired, it's yellow if there is network connection issues, and it's red if there is an alarm. So you can change the brightness of this, and or you have some device info. So that's good. Now let's look at the entry sensor, so this one. And here again, name, the room, and it has a chirp setting, so you can specify what voice to be played by the base station when this triggers. So this chirp sound was for the motion sensor, and for the door sensor I set water, and I set it to 30%. So if I open the door, I get this water sound. Let me just up the volume, because maybe it's not going to be... Okay, now you can hear it. So if I open... So this is a type of function that sometimes you find in smaller retail stores. Then when you open the door, there is like a sound for the attendant to know that someone has come in, or like there is like a doorbell which, you know, physically gets pulled. So now you can do the same functionality with this. So you just, you know, you can just configure what sounds the base station emits whenever any of your, you know, motion or door sensors are triggered. And you can also activate or deactivate the small LED light, so it just lights up whenever like the door opening is detected, and you also have some device info. And then pretty much you can do the same for the motion sensor as well. So it also has a chirp setting, and that's the ding dong, and I can increase that. And when I click OK, it's going to play that sound. But then when I do the motion detection, it also plays that sound. And you also have settings for lights, and you know, whether this emits a light when motion is detected. There is a motion sensitivity. I don't have any data what 1 to 5 means. I guess you just have to test it yourself. And actually there is also a motion sensor test. So you can just set it to you know, a certain value, and now you try to activate the motion sensor, and you listen to the sound, and then obviously you look for the blue LEDs that are flashing. So yeah, you can test the motion sensor as well. And also you get a confirmation, so you get a message on your mobile, on the phone screen, whether motion is detected, like now. Okay, and probably you can tell that, you know, the sort of the response to the motion is actually pretty quick. I mean, obviously this is all happening locally, so the sensor talks to the base station and plays the sound. But even on the mobile app, you get the notification after a couple of seconds of delay. So I don't really experienced any, you know, major lag in this application. Sometimes, I mean, sometimes there are these odd things where you just, I don't know, wait for half a minute for something to happen, like if I go into the settings, but you know, in general it just works. And there is one more settings that I can show you. Is you go into personal, you manage house, and that's where you can create additional houses, or you can invite other users to manage your house. So you go into your house, so you can just, you know, make changes like how many rooms it has and the users. And now this is where you can configure all the different modes. So there is 6 modes, where it's disarm, which is obviously it disarms, but still the, you know, the sound settings work. and then you have a home mode and an away mode. So in each of these modes you can do this configuration. So you can configure an exit delay, which is like, you know, when you arm the unit, how much time you allow for yourself to leave the room, or sorry, leave the house before the alarm starts. I don't think it, well, at the moment it doesn't have a lot of importance, because you can just go outside and then, you know, lock your house and then, you know, set to, let's say, away mode. But if you would have a keypad, obviously, you know, you need to leave the house before you, once you have entered the PIN code. So you can probably leave it in 0 seconds and then maybe, you know, change it later once you have a keypad. Let me go back. And then for each of the sensor, you can configure whether it should send you a push notification to your phone, whether the base station should sound the alarm when either motion or door opening is detected, and whether this sensor is applicable for the exit delay. If you have a motion sensor or the door sensor for your main door, then that you would enable the exit delay. So you have like 30 seconds or whatever, how much you set here, not to activate, you know, once you arm the security system. And pretty much the same for the entry delay as well. So your door sensor and the motion sensor, which is looking your entry door, you would set an entry delay, and that would give you like half a minute or a minute for you to deactivate the alarm before it actually starts, you know, sounding the alarm. So you can do this for each of the sensors if you have multiple, and you can do pretty much the same for the home mode as well. So let's say in the home mode, you, well, as you can see here, you will still get notifications, but the base station is not going to send you the alarm. So that's the difference. But you can change these around as you want. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the, you know, settings. Okay, let me arm the system and show you how the, you know, the alarm works. So I'm just going to click on away, and just because a motion was detected, I'm getting this pop-up message. But I say, okay, let's just, you know,
away mode ready, system armed.
Bypass an arm, and probably you could hear the voice prompt. So it says away mode is ready and the system is armed. I also get a notification that the system has been switched to away mode. So this is like a feedback from the device that it actually happened. And yeah.
Alarm off.
And the motion sensor already picked up my motion. I thought I'm going just to activate it using the door sensor, but well, this is how the alarm looks like. And I mean, the alarm was like at 50%. I don't know how much it came through the microphone, but it was, you know, it wasn't really loud. So even if you set it to 100%, it's not going to be like an outside siren, and definitely it's going to be inside. So let me just...
System disarmed.
Yeah, so let me just disarm the system. So you get these notifications here, but also if you go into the history now, you can see that, you know, all the things that happened. And I actually armed the system twice, and so you can see the system, the status changes here, like when the it has gone to away mode or back to, you know, normal mode, and whether the activation was based because of the motion activation or whether it was because of the, you know, the door sensor. And now you can see that it has gone back to, you know, the alarm has been turned off using the app, and also that the base station has gone back into disarm mode. So you can see the whole history here, and then you can just use the filters if you want something on a different day. As you can see, especially with these few accessories, it is slightly bit different from a regular home alarm system where you would have a keypad that we normally use. So without a keypad now, you just have the mobile app, and it doesn't have an external siren. So this is more like a silent alarm system. And then you only get notifications on your phone if like motion is detected or if the door is open. And you can turn it completely silent. So you remember that we have seen in the settings that for the various modes, you can, you know, turn off the alarm. You can turn off the chirp for these, you know, devices. But if you would install this in a shop, and if the system is disarmed, you get still this voice notification, like you have a sensor on your front door, maybe on your back door as well, and you would hear these audio notifications whenever the door is open or motion is detected. So I think that's actually a nice feature, and it's, you know, not an intrusive one, because, you can just have this base station close to you, and then you have this audio feedback. So I think that would be my review of this Xsense Home Security Kit. If you like this product, I'm going to leave links in the video description. But that will be all for today. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you in the next video.